I think roadmaps are sort of bullshit because you are getting into something, you're making plans before you've even gained your community. I'm Nicky Haas. I'm a sculptor and I'm half of the Haas Brothers.
I'm Simon Haas. I'm a digital sculptor and materials person, and I'm the other half of the Haas Brothers.
We are an art studio. We've been making design for a long period of time now. Then eventually high-end design ended up becoming sculpture, and we ended up at Design Miami doing super high-end design furniture pieces. A lot of our clients were also art collectors and started saying, hey, this is art, these are sculpture. You should be showing in museums. So we started getting museum shows and making just strict, sculptural work as well as still making design work. Luckily now we get to sort of do whatever we want to do. That's what artist really means to me, is complete freedom to do whatever you feel like doing. And then we've been moving into the Web3 space as well.
We wanted to get involved with NFTs just because we already make a whole lot of digital stuff. So it was exciting to us to finally have a venue where those things can be standalone pieces.
Web3 is a new thing. We're all really defining it. And to us, we were like, we don't want to do this unless we're actually starting to put some sort of definition on what it actually means. And for me, it's all about input and output, that you get this thing and that you had something to do with its creation. I think roadmaps are sort of bullshit because you are getting into something, you're making plans before you've even gained your community. So what we wanted to do is create a super solid foundation. So we hooked up with this company, Remaster, that is the first of its kind to create this IP contract use on chain. For instance, if you have got your personality portrait, because you've inserted your DNA into that, if we were to say create a toy based on your portrait, we would then reach out to you and negotiate your royalty structure on the sale of that toy. We would sign a contract digitally through this Remaster technology that's baked into the Multibeast. And from that point forward, this is all hypothetical, but from that point forward, you could be, gaining royalties based on that contract. It creates a completely unusual new marketplace that we haven't seen before. And that's what I'm talking about when I say I think we're really trying to define what Web3 actually is. It's not just a buzzword. I think it's needs people like us or other people that are in the space to start deciding what Web3 interaction actually looks like. And for us, I think we've found our path, which is through this negotiable IP contract use. So our hope is that we'll be bringing some pretty stellar IP use contracts to the table, reaching out to the community and saying, hey, we're making hypothetically, a cartoon, right? Who wants to opt in? Who wants their Multibeast to be part of the cartoon? You would put yours up basically for an audition. If we chose yours, then we would enter negotiation and talk about your royalty. And then we would strike a contract, sign digitally on both ends, and then we would start to use it. I think that what makes me really excited about Remaster is I think it gives us the ability to create what I think is truly a Web3 project, and not just in a buzzword sense, but in the nitty-gritty of it. The meat of it is it's a truly Web3 project. I think this technology is going to change the way the internet works. I think it's going to be completely ubiquitous at some point. I think that Remaster heard it here first, man. I think that, or at least the technology that they provide is going to be like a household name at some point. So I am hyped to be associated with them and super, super proud to be the first project releasing with it. Multibeasts are a personality portrait of a person taking our personality tests. So in our studio practice, we've made these things we call beasts for about 10 years. They're not representations of someone's physical look, but representations of their inner being. Using a personality test, we could create portraits of thousands of people, which was super exciting.
We really like the idea that people taking the test determine what they look like. So the whole process is kind of a surprise for us.
The personality test in and of itself, we wanted it to feel like a video art piece or an art piece. So as you're working through it, it'll be the only time you have that opportunity to do it. And we're gonna take it offline as soon as the test is done. So it's a completely unusual experience that you only get to experience right before the things exist.
We like the idea that this personality test has an output that is equally abstract, and really whoever takes it will end up projecting their own personality onto it. We're not telling you what you're like, it's just a picture, and it's a really weird picture.
I'm proud of the test. I think it works. Like that was the thing, is like we'd never made one before. You know, it was actually cool. We got to talk to like a bunch of psychiatrists and different people that do like personality analysis, and it was pretty eye-opening. But to like find our version of it was really fun. It was a weird journey for sure. We're hyped, man. We're just really excited about this project. Like, it's gonna be so fun to put it out there and just see who reacts to it and who engages. And it's a big ass experiment, man. And that's what's cool about it. We don't know where it's gonna take us, but we have a lot of ideas and we're excited.